Now we have to discuss another fundamental unit, that is the unit of temperature. Now temperature we are writing usually in terms of degree Celsius. Now no doubt in SI system we are not considering degree Celsius, but let me clear out the concept how this temperature is measured. Who invented this thermometer? Keep in mind, Galileo. This discovery is in name of Galileo. This is very fine tube that is called as capillary tube, and this is glass bulb. Here we are placing out mercury. Now in many equipment we are using mercury. Reason, mercury is metal which is in liquid state at room temperature. It is not sticking to glass and it is having very high density. Okay, what is density? Density, that is given as mass per unit volume, and unit that we have to give, usually we are giving density in terms of gram per decimeter cube. In SI we can say that is equal to kilogram per meter cube. So mass per volume, that is called as density. Now mercury is having very high. Now here I am filling out this tube with mercury, this bulb with mercury, and this is the capillary. Now I have to go at sea level and I have to boil very pure water. Whenever I am boiling out very pure water, it will have certain temperature. Mercury will rise here and it will become now constant, because boiling point of liquid, at that time temperature of that liquid remains constant. So I am keeping this bulb in boiling water. Slowly I am heating out water first. It will start boiling till that mercury level will rise. Once boiling is start, then there is no rise in mercury level. That point I have to mark as 100. Then I have to cool this slowly till that water it just start converting into ice. I will get another constant temperature and I have to observe or mark this at 0 degrees Celsius. This is marked as 100 degrees Celsius. And now you can divide this in equal proportion. The one small unit is called as 1 degree Celsius. So we have to divide this, that is called as 1 degree Celsius. Now this is the unit we are using for day-to-day purpose. Another temperature unit is there, that is also called as Fahrenheit. Especially in medicinal practitioner, they are using unit as Fahrenheit. Generally, in chemistry laboratory, we are using unit as degree Celsius. But another unit is also there. Let us check out. That suppose we are going to North Pole, we will get very less temperature. We have to study out geography. But I hope you are having very clear idea that as we are moving from equator to North Pole or equator to South Pole, temperature decreases. Second idea, this is very important, that as we are moving to higher altitude, temperature decreases. So North Pole is just ice cap, where you will get very low temperature. But on South Pole there is continent Antarctica, and South Pole is located approximately 3000 meter high on mountain range. So South Pole is having more cold than North Pole, because it is in between the continent. As we are moving inside the continent from sea, temperature decreases. Secondly, high altitude temperature decreases, and even -87, -89 degrees Celsius temperature is also recorded on Antarctica South Pole. So like that, we can find out the cool, more cold and still cold place. What is the minimum possible temperature in this world or in this universe? Suppose we are moving in the space, then what is the minimum temperature possible? And that calculated with our so far knowledge, we are saying that temperature is 273.15 degrees Celsius. For general practice, ignore out this thing. So, which is the minimum possible temperature, that is minus 273 degrees Celsius. Below that, temperature will not move. So, minimum possible temperature in this world, in this universe is minus 273 degree Celsius. That is equal to, we are calling as absolute zero. So, this is called as 0 Kelvin. Don't read as OK. This is 0 Kelvin. This is called as absolute temperature. This temperature scale never goes negative. So suppose anybody reports you that temperature is minus 10 Kelvin, that is wrong. Temperature, minimum possible temperature is 0 Kelvin, that is equal to minus 273 degree Celsius. So for temperature, we are writing out this as degree Celsius, but what is the more correct, that we should write down as Kelvin. And don't say degree Kelvin, we have to say only Kelvin. So minimum possible temperature in this universe, that is 0 Kelvin or minus 273 degree Celsius. How to convert out degree Celsius to Kelvin? Just addition and subtraction. 0 Kelvin, that means minus 273 degree Celsius. What is 273 degree Celsius? So I have to add 273 here. So 273 Kelvin, that is equal to 0 degree Celsius. So how to convert degree Celsius into Kelvin or Kelvin? We have to find out how we are converting out degree Celsius and Kelvin. Once again, remember that minus 273 degrees Celsius, that is equal to 0 Kelvin. So we can keep in this equation mind that from degree Celsius to Kelvin, say I have to add 273. So I am getting 0. So this is the answer, that one can convert degree Celsius into Kelvin just by addition of 273. Suppose we are saying temperature is 300 Kelvin and I have to find out this in terms of degree Celsius. Then I have to subtract 273 from this. So subtract 273, you will get, so answer is 27 degree Celsius. So one can convert degree Celsius into Kelvin or Kelvin into degree Celsius. Just difference factor we can keep in mind 273. So from degree Celsius to Kelvin we have to add 273, and from Kelvin to degree Celsius we have to subtract 273. So by this way one can convert temperature from degree Celsius to Kelvin or Kelvin to degree Celsius. So this is one part, that one can convert degree Celsius into Kelvin or Kelvin into degree Celsius, because basically Kelvin unit is also based on degree Celsius, and so we are calling this as fundamental unit right now. So basically, what is the absolute temperature? Why we are going for absolute temperature? The reason is that below that temperature one can't go. So suppose somebody will say minus 5 Kelvin temperature is there. So till today's knowledge, minus 5 Kelvin is not possible. What is the minimum possible temperature in this universe? That is 0 Kelvin. One can say minus 5 degrees Celsius. This is quite possible. In variety of temperate region, we can find temperature goes below minus 50. Even in Himalaya mountain range, temperature goes below minus 50. And so, minus 5, minus 10, minus 50 degrees Celsius is possible, but Kelvin is never possible. So this is the end of topic temperature.